Welcome to Be Feminine, the place where we decode her silence, her signals, and her psychology. If you've ever wondered whether you are stuck in her head even if she tries to hide it, you are in the right place. She's not saying it out loud, she's playing it cool, but something tells you. A short message. Maybe she replies to an old story. It looks spontaneous, but it's not. She remembers the way you like your coffee. She recalls the artist you mentioned once. Or she teases you for something you said weeks ago. This isn't just a good memory, it's emotional attachment. She's replaying your moments together in her mind like a favorite song. Her fingers hover over your name, her mind racing, your plans, who you're hanging out with. But notice she's not doing it directly. She frames it as just asking, but underneath, she's mapping out where she stands in your life. She wants to know, do you still think about me the way I think about you? And then she finds a way to make it seem accidental. That's not coincidence. That's her mind circling back to you. You drop another girl's name in a story and her smile fades, just for a second. She masks it well, but it's there. That flicker of emotion? That's jealousy wrapped in silence. That's her mind screaming what her mouth won't say. She becomes quiet and soft. She shares her fears, her dreams, her doubts. That kind of vulnerability is never random. She doesn't treat you like others because in her mind, you're not like the others. You're the one she rewrites her thoughts around. You're the one that keeps circling back, no matter how much she tries to move on. When a woman lets you into her emotional world, it's because you already live in her mental one. Maybe it's because you've been on hers. Watch her patterns. Listen to the silence between her words. Because sometimes, what she won't say says everything. You mention another woman? You've been watching Be Feminine, where we reveal the feelings she hides. Until next time, keep watching closely, because her actions are always louder than her words. She changes the subject quickly. That intensity means one thing: you're not just another guy. You're the one that keeps her heart awake at night. You're living rent-free in her mind. That feeling isn't just imagination. Women are masters of emotional concealment. She's dropping pieces of you in her world because you're embedded in her thoughts. She updates her look in ways that match your taste. It's not about impressing you, it's about alignment. One day, she's warm, playful, responsive. The next, she pulls back, cold, confusing. That's not rejection. That's emotional conflict. It's not always because she's done with you. Sometimes it's a test, a quiet moment to see if you're thinking about her too. When a woman can't stop thinking about you, even her silence becomes strategic. She's wrestling with the thoughts she's not ready to admit. She cares deeply, and that scares her. Her mind is spinning and you're right in the center of it. When she's thinking about you constantly, she slowly starts to reflect what she imagines you'd want. It's subconscious attraction manifesting as self-adjustment, and whether she realizes it or not, the people around her start noticing. But their actions always whisper what their words won't say. Without always saying a word. Your story views, she's always there. Your posts, she's liking them quickly. But sometimes, she doesn't comment. She doesn't reply. Why? Because even watching you silently feels like connection. You're her secret obsession, and even your silence keeps her engaged. Let's unravel the subtle signs she can't stop thinking about you, even if she won't admit it. Her language, timing, even emojis, they subtly align with you. Psychology calls this mirroring. It happens when someone's brain is syncing with yours, often without realizing it. That's not just flirting. That's deep subconscious attraction. Have you ever had that gut feeling that she's thinking about you more than she shows? Or she's suddenly active in a group you're part of? It feels coincidental, but it's not. When someone can't stop thinking about you, they find soft, unspoken ways to stay connected. She's not stalking, she's orbiting. Her mind keeps creating reasons to stay in your world. She reaches out randomly, but acts like it's casual. She'll send a meme. You stop liking her posts. You don't give her the same energy, and suddenly, she starts chasing. That shift in your vibe unsettles her. Why? Because she's invested. You've become her emotional pattern and your silence feels like withdrawal. She brings up small, personal things you thought she forgot. She notices when you're distant, even subtly. You take a bit longer to reply. She mirrors your energy unconsciously. Ever noticed her texting style matches yours? She appears in places you didn't expect. Maybe she shows up at a cafe you mentioned. She becomes curious about your life in subtle ways. She'll ask about your day. Her mood shifts when you mention other women. She talks about you to others. You hear it secondhand. Maybe a friend tells you, or you catch a reference in a group conversation. She starts changing herself slightly. She takes interest in things you like. She watches the shows you watch. She's emotionally inconsistent and you can't figure her out. She lingers in your digital space. She uses silence to see if you'll chase. If she disappears for a bit, if her replies slow down, she reacts strongly, even to small things you say. You tease her, she gets flustered. You open up emotionally, she confides in you more than anyone else. You become her emotional outlet, her safe space. And lastly, her energy is just different with you. You feel it in her presence, in her eyes, in her hesitation. So, has she been on your mind lately? If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this.